Wait a minute, folks, a not so welcome to MPWF Underground here. The ATL, who was scheduled to challenge for the tag team titles later tonight, are assaulting one half of the Women's World Tag Team Champions, Helga, to start the show off here, folks. The ATL has been on a rampage here on Underground. And finally, Six is cashing in her Women's Underground Championship in the main event tonight here. But this is outrageous, and oh my goodness, folks. I can't believe what we just witnessed here, folks. Welcome to MPWF Underground. I am your host, as always, Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood of the MPWF. And we started the show off with pure insanity, ladies and gentlemen. The ATL need to be reprimanded, and need to be reprimanded soon, folks. They have been going at this for episodes here on MPWF Underground. And we go to the Annihilation brand here as we are on the road to MPWF SummerSlam. Let me reiterate once again, my name is Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, the broadcast analyst for the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And what a couple of episodes we've had here for War and Annihilation. Both shows were spectacular. Honestly, some of the best that we've had since the return to YouTube. And like I said, SummerSlam, the first two-night event in MPWF history, is fixing to be a good one, folks. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in to War and Annihilation, especially Annihilation, ladies and gentlemen. First time not being a premiere. Again, DJ Johnny Feelgood has been very busy, and we're getting ready for action here. As we have this tag team match to begin with Team Bloodshed, the Savage Weight Shane Riley and his tag team partner, John Smith, representing Klaus, the MPWF World Champion. And speaking of Klaus, ladies and gentlemen, we found out on MPWF Annihilation that Klaus will face Ricky Cash in a submission rules match for the MPWF World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. And if Ricky Cash loses, Ricky Cash will no longer be able to challenge for that world title as long as Klaus holds that championship. And Team Bloodshed is looking to take over. We also found out on Annihilation that KK Quam is going to be building divisions for this brand coming up after SummerSlam. So everyone right now is in a proving grounds. And again, that's what MPWF Underground is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the proving grounds of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. But more important than ever, this is placing you in the tag division, the Zero Limits division, the YouTube Championship division, and the World Heavyweight Championship division. And here's two guys who are trying to make a name for themselves. Before we head over to 2K25, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Toxic Table, Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor. And again, they look the part, ladies and gentlemen, but we know about the controversy of this DLC pack. These two men here are looking to put on a show and to make the MPWF fans go, you know what, I'm going to have to comment right now in the comment section and tell them bring back the Toxic Table, or tell DJ to hell with that, we never want to see the Toxic Table in the MPWF again. So again, folks, for all of you watching MPWF Underground, seeing this is not a premiere, make sure to comment in the section below, folks. Subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It is free, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is click that subscribe button and get more and more MPWF wrestling action, core wrestling as God intended, ladies and gentlemen. And again, usually Team Bloodshed is booed, but Toxic Table maybe being booed worse than they are. So I don't know what got more heat, 2K20 or the DLC for the Pat McAfee pack in 2K24, ladies and gentlemen. But again, like I said, they can put that behind them here as Ty Schmidt starts things off with Shane Riley. Toxic Table has been here in the MPWF in singles action before, but not really together as a tag team, as Shane Riley kicks Boston Connor off the apron. Well, like I said, this is a big opportunity for the Toxic Table here against Team Bloodshed. And again, Team Bloodshed, who has been just training more so for the year of 2024. So look at the condition that Savage Weight Shane Riley is in. But again, preparing for a big 2025. We're almost halfway through the year. And again, with the events coming up, we have SummerSlam, the two-night special. Not to mention there's the Royal Rumble that's going to happen at some point, and WrestleMania 12, ladies and gentlemen. What an event that's going to be here as John Smith fires back with a left forearm there to the face. John Smith feeling real confident after defeating his nemesis, Scorpion Zinder. And like I said, now officially Team Bloodshed won at those Tag Team Gold, the Tag Team Championships on the Annihilation brand, held by Shawn Stevens and Christopher Eagle, and what a night they had on Annihilation. Shawn Stevens and Angel Ortiz, one of the best TV main events we may have seen in the MPWF, but again interrupted at the hands of the Void, as, wait a minute here, the Toxic Table has John Smith there with a, oh my goodness, suplex and splash off the top rope. Power and glory, ladies and gentlemen, but no. And again, even some of the crowd had a pot for power and glory, folks. That is a hell of a tag team maneuver. And there's a leg drop by Boston Connor. John Smith, though, NCAA champion, coming back out here against Boston Connor. Again, John Smith going to be taking inspiration from Chad Gable and the impressive performances that he has had. John Smith looking at things that maybe he could be like that here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And that's why he is learning from the very best, the MPWF World Champion Klaus, King Scorpion, as now looking for this double team offense there as they knock down Boston Connor. So the Savage Weight Shane Riley has been in the MPWF since the beginning. Multi-time tag team champion. Now look at this submission hold here, this arm bar. Look at the way he's got this applied. Looking to make it, to win more championship gold, folks. I'm saying make it. He's been here for almost 5 years since the return, folks. Well, 4 and a bit. We came at the very end of 2020, so the end of 2025 will mark 5 years back on YouTube. And what a code breaker there by Boston Connor. And in comes Ty Schmidt to Toxic Table. Not faring too bad here, folks. Hit the old power and glory. And now he's got him up here. And there's the angle slam. You want to talk about wrestling. Ty Schmidt with the angle slam there on Shane Riley for the cover. No, John Smith breaks it up. So we already know how this night is going to be with the way it started off with the ATL attacking Helga. I have to believe that the ATL can't keep getting away with this. Like, maybe Six should have that Underground Championship stripped from her. Like, how can you compete in the main event tonight here and you took out one of your opponents before the show even began? You know what I mean? Like, that is it's going to be a judgment call by either Brian Adams or Meredith Grey, but Shane Riley right now is single-handedly beating the living hell out of the Toxic Table. And this is not what they want at all, as both of them being mollywopped by Shane Riley here. And now tagged, and in comes John Smith, and now what is this? Shane Riley has Ty Smith up in a muscle buster, and now drives him to the mat with the muscle buster, and John Smith off the top rope there, and a double foot stomp. Muscle buster, double foot stomp, and John Smith knocking Boston Connor off the apron. And I think this is a victory for Team Bloodshed, and it is. Now, a big victory to start off MPWF Underground, folks. Continuing to prove how good Team Bloodshed's fight school is. And then let's not forget that Klaus will be facing Ricky Cash for the MPWF World Championship in a submission matchup at SummerSlam. Again, that's what Team Bloodshed need to do, is keep stacking up wins. Like I said, with the divisions building, especially after SummerSlam, these two men are going to be looking at a shot at the MPWF World Tag Team Championships, and they have not had that title matchup in this incarnation of Team Bloodshed. So again, it's going to be a big for the future of this brand, but like I was mentioning before, don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, it's free, folks, and ring that bell notification and make sure you get all MPWF action, as well as follow our secondary channel at MPWF Chairman on YouTube for Core Wrestling Global, for all of our events from the World Wrestling Future, and many more, as well as there's going to be a fight from ECCW as Cecilia Perez takes on Joan DuPont. That's all going to be on the MPWF Chairman channel, folks, so make sure you check that out. But we're going to be rolling with the action here, rolling in the deep, as Adele says, as we move on to our next matchup here on Underground from the MPWF War brand. And again, the tag team action continues, but this is honestly following on from what happened on episode 15 of MPWF Underground. Kenpachi Toshihiro represented the Black Sun and defeated Maximus Guerrero Jr. in singles competition. And tonight now, the Black Sun are looking to rebound off of their loss at MPWF Bloodlines in this matchup against Maximum Rage of Maximus Guerrero Jr. and Jason Rage. And we have still yet to hear from their leader Kivo, who will battle Tendencies at MPWF SummerSlam, folks. Like I said, this is going to be a special event. The first show on 2K25, MPWF SummerSlam, 2 nights of action, folks. I'm telling you want to be there for this. It is going to be great. So the Black Sun always booed by the MPWF fans. I don't think they'll ever be cheered by the MPWF faithful, folks. What an ovation for one of the top tag teams in the War Tag Team division. Maximum Rage, Maximus Guerrero Jr. and Jason Rage. This veteran and future superstar tag team, like I said, they have earned the respect from the MPWF fans. And again, they've won the tag team titles more than anything, but they got to deal with the Black Sun here tonight. And not to mention the Black Sun is going to be looking at moving up for those tag team titles as well. Current tag team champions, the Future Foundation, defended those titles against the Young Goats this past episode of MPWF War. And right now, being announced for War Episode 17, Caleb Frost from the Core Challenge is going to team with his father, Kevin Frost, against the Future Foundation for the CAW World Tag Team Championships. On our next episode of MPWF War, the Future Foundation said they don't even want to wait till SummerSlam. They want that title matchup, the final episode of War 2K24, ladies and gentlemen. So we got some big things planned here, folks. Like I said to you, big things popping, little things stopping. That's what's happened all over the MPWF. And here we go. We are underway with our next bout here on MPWF Underground. And Maximus Guerrero Jr. wants to get a little bit of revenge after losing to Kenpachi Toshihiro on our previous episode. And in comes the legend Jason Rage, former MPWF World Champion, has almost won every championship in existence here. And Jason Rage now taking down taking down Kenpachi Toshihiro. Again, Jason Rage don't like disrespectful wrestlers, and that is pretty much the MO of the Black Sun. Again, since they came to the MPWF in 2023, we have been seeing them dominate, hurt, attack, injure, do whatever they can against their opponents to succeed. Again, a long-standing faction in Fight Japan Core Wrestling, which again, you can see that action on our secondary channel at MPWF Chairman. Kenpachi Toshihiro, the longest reigning FJCW Junior Heavyweight Champion, has won the tag team titles on MPWF War since rejoining the MPWF, but has yet to win any other championship. And here is the big bad Rohit Khan. He was brought in to be the security for the general managers, but was a mole the whole time for Mason Gray, folks. And again, we didn't get to see that into fruition with Mason Gray being taken out at MPWF Survivor Series. Oh man! Thought Maximus Guerrero Jr. was trying to reverse that, but got caught by all that meat from Rohit Khan, folks. Pause. As he picks Maximus Guerrero Jr. right the way back up here. And now the Black Sun are in control. Can't think about what they did to Tendencies. Rohit Khan not a part of the Black Sun at that time. But Kenpachi Toshihiro and Kivo have been running with Tendencies for years, folks. For years. Again, we were off YouTube for almost 10 years, folks. And all that time, they were with Tendencies in Fight Japan Core Wrestling, and then Kivo had to throw him off the roof of a building through a spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what led to their matchup that will take place at MPWF SummerSlam, as Jason Rage back in the ring now and taking down Kenpachi Toshihiro. And now collar elbow tie-up, sending him into the buckle. Big clothesline there by Jason Rage. And Jason Rage showing that he's still got that agility here. Jason Rage still has it, folks. Kenpachi needs to make the tag here to Rohit Khan. And Jason Rage, wise, I say beyond his years, Jason Rage is in his twilight years of his career. He's more than wise at this point. He has seen everything that can happen. Look at this. Doing that arm drag out the corner of the Black Sun. Jason Rage showing no fear here tonight. Again, like I said, I mentioned before how much the fans love Maximum Rage, but the Future Foundation are just such a good tag team. It is very difficult for anybody to be able to beat them for those CIW World Tag Team Championships. Again, we're talking about Lethal Mathematics and Hector Rodriguez, as now Rohit Khan back inside the ring here, and now went for that big slam again, but Jason Rage saw it coming. And oh man, listen to the crowd here, letting Rohit Khan hear it. The crowd here in the MPWF Arena in Las Vegas are not afraid to show their feelings, and you can hear that here tonight as Rohit Khan back on top of on Jason Rage, who is a part of Maximum Rage. Again, late night commentary for the Underground, folks. If you're first time watching, there's going to be some dips, some slips, and there's going to be some cussing at some point. Folks, and what a clothesline there by Rohit Khan. Again, we're a little bit more relaxed on commentary here on MPWF Underground. War and Annihilation, we're down to business. We're trying to be as professional as possible. MPWF Underground, we have a little bit more fun here, folks. But you know who's not having fun? Jason Rage. And now look at these frequent tags back by the Black Sun. And now wait a minute here. Kenpachi Toshihiro has him up, and what a takedown there by Toshihiro with the cover 2, and Jason Rage just gets the shoulder up, folks. Toshihiro gonna keep that offense now onto Jason Rage. Can sense that the victory is falling to the hands of the Black Sun. And again, where is Kivo? Kivo is not even out here with the Black Sun here tonight. Kivo has been running from tendencies. And man, this crowd letting the Black Sun have it here tonight on Underground. And now throwing Jason Rage into the buckle now. Oh, Jason Rage fights back with that boot to the face. And now Jason Rage here. Hold on a minute. Jason Rage with a big head scissors. Taking down Rohit Khan. And the tag, and it comes Maximus Guerrero Jr. And oh my God, what a kick. That one dropped the big man. Maximus Guerrero Jr. there. Trying to knock him down again, but it catches him with that huge step up in Seguri. Maximus now all the way on the top rope. Rohit Khan with a strike. Maximus with the reversal and a missile drop kick. The first ever Underground champion in MPWF history, Maximus Guerrero Jr. on top right now in this situation. And now wait a minute, Maximus Guerrero Jr. has Rohit Khan in a DDT there on the apron. Big DDT on the apron. Crowd here on the side of Maximus. As Maximus now up the top rope with a flying crossbody. Maximus Guerrero Jr. lighting this crowd on fire here tonight, folks. But he's got to stay on top of Rohit Khan. This is not a man you want to give a breather. And now wait a minute now. Oh no. Oh, there's a pile driver there on the floor, folks. And that is it. That is it. Maximus Guerrero Jr. was picking up steam, folks. But that is all she wrote. And now Kenpachi Toshihiro gonna finish it off. I don't know how Maximus Guerrero Jr. can survive any more of this. That pile driver to the floor was nasty. And Toshihiro now got him up, and what a suplex there by Toshihiro. And he's looking for the end. Maximus Guerrero Jr. in trouble. Maximus Guerrero Jr. though, out of desperation with a roll-up on Kenpachi Toshihiro. Oh, he did it! Maximus Guerrero Jr. locking in with the roll-up and pins Kenpachi Toshihiro. And a huge victory for Maximum Rage, defeating the Black Sun here tonight. Rohit Khan thought the victory was there for his team when he hit that pile driver, but no VAS, folks. Look at that. I thought that was it. But Maximus Guerrero Jr. locking in with that roll-up, folks. And Maximum Rage score a huge victory in the tag team division on MPWF War here tonight, folks. And look at how fired up both of these men are. This is crazy. This is a huge win for these men. Oh, wait a minute. There's Kivo. Speaking of Kivo, with a barbed wire baseball bat. Oh, wait a second. Kivo now. Assaulting Maximum Rage here. And of course Kivo is out here, and Tennessee's not in Las Vegas. And assaulting Maximum Rage after a matchup with a barbed wire baseball bat. And oh, wait a minute. Maximus Guerrero Jr. in trouble here. And there's a GTS by Kivo. Oh, Jason Rage now had enough here. Saving his protege and a drop kick to the face there by Kivo. Kivo, one of the most dangerous men in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation now. Assaulting Maximum Rage here. And now, oh my god, another shot with a barbed wire baseball bat. And that Jason Rage is struggling here. He's struggling, trying to fight back, but no, there's that Hurricane Rana. Oh no, wait a minute here. Oh no, Kivo, don't go for this. Kivo looking for that punt kick on Jason Rage, and he hits it. The punt kick on Jason Rage. Kivo might have just put him on the shelf. Kivo might have just put Jason Rage on the shelf, folks. Oh no, wait a minute. Kivo now ready to speak, and he says, do I look scared to you? Does the Black Sun look finished to you? I am a maverick. This company should be built around me. I am the chosen one. Do you think I'm scared of tendencies? He forced me to do what I had to do. If he had just listened and was on my side, this company would be a much different place. Mason would still be here. I would be the CAW World Heavyweight Champion, and tendencies would have gotten the MPWF World Championship. This is a deranged man trying to convince himself of his actions, folks. He says all tendencies needed was a little patience. That's it. But he became a liability. He had to go. Tendencies, don't you understand? I had to put you out for your own good. The tendencies that joined the Black Sun in Japan was long gone. I did you a favor. Only a true friend, a true brother could have done what I had. It was my love for you, man. I tried to save you, and you ruined my plan to get Lamar Goldman on our side. This is some of the most egotistical drivel I have ever heard in the MPWF. Kivo says, all I want is the World Heavyweight Championship. It is my birthright. You have cost me that time and time again, and now I must finish the job at SummerSlam. I don't want to, but I will do what must be done. I will beat you in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, because I am the better wrestler. But after the match, Brian, I hope you understand, but tendencies must be dealt with permanently. He is a danger to himself. Is he listening to himself talk here? Is he listening to himself talk here? As he has tendencies barbed wire baseball bat. This is deranged, folks. He says, Claire, Maggie, Uncle Kivo needs to make sure that Daddy stays home. You won't understand right now, but you'll thank me when you're older. Rebecca, I was the best man at your wedding, and on that night I promised you that I would take care of your husband. I am, and I will deliver your husband to you for the rest of your life. Well, someone needs to shut this SOB up, ladies and gentlemen. Kivo is a son of a bitch. There's no other way to state it. To sit there and address and call a man's family out like that is insane. It's been a controversial decision that General Manager Brian Adams has made this just a one-on-one matchup, folks. But, like, there's legit murder in these two guys' eyes, folks. And this is supposed to be just wrestling. And I think this needs to have rules. I could imagine what Kivo and tendencies would be like without rules, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, again, we're doing some more shilling here, ladies and gentlemen. Follow us on X at MPWF 2013 for more updates. especially with, again, how busy DJ has been, how busy the MPWF has been. All our updates will be on our X channel at MPWF 2013. But again, like I said, is Kivo, I think, took things a step too far here tonight. And tendencies, when he is back on MPWF War, is going to be looking for Kivo. And there is an irate Ingrid at her aunt being taken out by the ATL earlier tonight. She says, Meredith, I heard that you're calling up the main event. No, Helga may be in the hospital, but that won't stop me from defending these tag team championships and fighting the ATL. I need to get my hands on them. Ingrid will fight 7 people. You want that 100 men versus a gorilla? How about one gorilla versus Ingrid, ladies and gentlemen? But Meredith now saying, Ingrid, look, I know you're a badass, but the ATL are a dangerous threat in a regular match, let alone a handicap match. And quite frankly, after what they've been doing the last few episodes, they don't deserve to be rewarded with the tag team titles, let alone the main event match. And honestly, I'm in the same boat as Meredith Grey. The ATL have done some dastardly stuff here over the last couple episodes. Ingrid says the bloodshed way is no surrender. Competing is about respect. They have outmaneuvered us and we have not adapted. My aunt has been taken out. Meredith, I am a warrior, a effing machine. Win, lose, or draw, I will not back down from this main event. If the ATL is going to win the tag team titles, then I will drag them to hell with me first. I need this match. Well, folks, Ingrid ain't playing at all. And Meredith says, okay, Ingrid, I respect that, and you and the main event will be still on tonight. Good luck. Folks, Helga is in the hospital as we speak, and Ingrid is going to defend the tag team titles in a handicap match against the ATL. And oh man, you talk about from bad to worse, folks. That is the music of the beautiful angels. And introducing here for singles competition is the biracial angel, Jason Holiday. I swear his hair's getting longer every time we see it, folks. Again, for all of you youngins, this is pure Troy Polamalu vibes, ladies and gentlemen. You might be too young to know who Troy Polamalu is, but like there was a time back in the day when Polamalu and Head and Shoulders was like white on ranks, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what Jason Rage is trying to do here. Some Panty Protein, some Head and Shoulders, some Purple Essence. But again, the beautiful angels, 2 of the most hated men in the MPWF are running their mouths once again on Annihilation, especially about the divisions, believing that they should just get a shot at the tag team title. Not to mention that they've been assaulting the general manager. Not to mention they got involved in the YouTube title matchup. And again, because of their involvement in the YouTube title matchup, they pissed off the Underground champion, Cane Nite, who is Jason Holiday's opponent tonight here on Underground. As well as that, they had a run-in with Charlie Jean, who's Cane Nite's greatest rival. So again, they're pissing everyone off, folks. But there is Cane Nite, the MPWF Underground champion, winning that championship back from Charlie Jean. So for MPWF Underground, for those of you who are just watching for the first time, Underground has a men and women's championship. And with that championship, you can cash in for any divisional title on the main event of an MPWF Underground, folks. And by divisional title, for the women, that means either the tag team titles or the Intercontinental Championship. And for the men, that means either the CAW World Tag titles, the MPWF Tag Team titles, or the divisional championships, which constitute as the Cruiserweight Championship, the Zero Limits title, and just added the brand new European Championship on MPWF War, which is now held by the brand new European champion, Greg James. Then Wayne Level got screwed in that situation. We saw Wayne Level's hand grab the ropes, but the referee didn't see it. A very controversial situation. So Cane Nite has his choice in where he can cash in that championship. And the last time he didn't cash it in and ended up losing the title to Charlie Jean. But he can't worry about that this time, man. He's got to have a plan. But he's got to deal with Jason Holiday here as he goes for that Tiger Powerbomb right off the bat. Cane Nite coming out at Bound by Honor in that last man standing matchup and making his presence known, taking out the Beautiful Angels as they were trying to stop the Cypher from winning. Again, CJ Parker lost that last man standing matchup and has been fired from MPWF Annihilation, and good riddance, honestly. CJ Parker was on a tear of injuries. So much so, Billy Ray Peterson is now in the King of the Indies, being very successful in the KOI, might I add. And again, I know we're not supposed to put over other shows like that, but Billy Ray Peterson is a brother and has been very impressive in the MPWF and is continuing that success in the KOI, as well as wrestling all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. But again, would Billy Ray Peterson still be here if CJ Parker wasn't such an SOB, folks? But either way, CJ Parker got dealt with in that YouTube title matchup, as Cane Nite now is looking to try and deal with Jason Holiday here. To the beautiful Angels, former tag team champions. Cane Nite, former hardcore champion. And now going right after beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle. And you can already see with the steel chair there, there's shenanigans. Wait a damn second now. Oh, look at this here. Distraction by Jason Holiday. And beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle straight up put his hands on Cane Nite here in this matchup. Cane Nite is going to need a friend here against the beautiful Angels. And again, the Cypher, who has been with Cane Nite recently, is preparing for the King of the Ring, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we announced the King of the Ring on Annihilation. The semifinals have been set. Cypher versus Tora. Jamie Emo versus Sub-Zero Angel Ramirez Ortiz on night 1 of SummerSlam. Night 2, we will see the finals of the 2025 King of the Ring here in the MPWF. But with that said, with that focus that the Cypher has to have, Cane Nite is out here alone against the beautiful Angels. And he needs to figure out a way here to stay on top in this situation. Jason Holiday fighting back with that right hand though. Jason Holiday, very talented. Again, arrogant, cocky SOB, but he is very talented, folks. And I've said this before, and again, you can comment on the comment section below, but Jason Holiday is going to have a Jinder Mahal world title run at some point, folks. I'm just telling you, it's gonna happen. One day, Jason Holiday is gonna come out of nowhere and become the MPWF World Heavyweight Champion or the CNW World Champion, because quite frankly, he's that talented. He may be cocky. Most people may not like him, but he is that talented, folks. And I think if he would stop complaining and start putting conditioner in his hair, he'd be able to see the fruits of his talents, folks. As he's bringing the fight to Cane Nite here. And now Jason Holiday was going for a dive, but faking it. Jason Holiday just rubbing it in to the MPWF fans. And again, Cane Nite is not a person you want to do that with. Cane Nite is big, strong, and powerful. And he is lighting up Jason Holiday here. And oh, what a boot to the face. And now, oh my goodness gracious me. And Cane Nite now has him up in a suplex. And oh, there's that backstabber. Suplex backstabber by Cane Nite. Looking for the victory here on Jason Holiday. And Holiday gets the shoulder up. Cane Nite now going to top rope. Jason Holiday rolling out the ring for a degree of separation. But Cane Nite there with a diving elbow drop. Just said to Mick Foley to hold my beer. It wasn't an elbow off the apron. It was an elbow from the top all the way to the floor, folks. And now Cane Nite could be looking for that spine buster. That be all she said and done here, as he has it up, and no, there is a rib breaker or a gut buster. Take it the way you see it, have it the way you want it. There's the cover, and Jason Holiday just gets the shoulder up, and this is one hell of a matchup here on MPWF Underground from the Annihilation brand. Still to come, we're going to see Richard Hawkins versus the Eclipse, as well as the main event for the women's tag team titles. But there is that Shima suplex on the patella by Jason Holiday, looking for the win here on Underground. And oh, another kick out there by Cane Nite. Holiday pissed off, heading back to the top rope. Look at this, the turnbuckle's unprotected, folks. I didn't even realize this. Bobby Martin Kyle, but he went for his finishing move, the money shot off the top rope, and there's the spine buster. Spine buster, and now wait a minute. Bobby Martin Kyle with a distraction. Spine buster on Jason Holiday. And all that gave Holiday all the time he needed to recover. And now, wait a minute, shot there by Jason Holiday. And now Holiday just threw him into the unprotected turnbuckle. And now, wait a minute, Spanish fly off the top rope by Jason Holiday after Cane Nite went to the unprotected turnbuckle. And Jason Holiday pins Cane Nite here on Underground. Typical beautiful angels. Cheating from the word go, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even see when Bobby Martin Kyle undid that turnbuckle. Look at this here, going for the money shot. Cane Nite moves out the way. There's the spine buster, the distraction, and then let's not forget, not just the Spanish fly, which was beautiful by the way. Cane Nite also went spine first into the unprotected turnbuckle. And there is your winners. Well, your winner of the match, Jason Holiday. Beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle acting like he won as well. This insufferable tag team here on MPWF Annihilation. But it is a win in the win column. That's exactly what the Beautiful Angels needed. And oh, wait a minute, that's Cane Nite. Sorry, Charlie Jean. And I mentioned before how there was the altercation between the Beautiful Angels and Charlie Jean. And Charlie Jean with a steel chair. And as they say back home in Liverpool, the Beautiful Angels just scampered from the ring. And oh, wait a minute. Cane Nite staring at Charlie Jean. And again, we know the wars that those two men have had with each other on MPWF Underground. But have the Beautiful Angels just united? These two men? Have the Beautiful Angels just got Charlie Jean and Cane Nite on the same side? It is an interesting proposition, folks. And honestly, it ain't looking good for the Beautiful Angels at all. But against the shilling will continue, folks. MPWF Forever is our Instagram channel. We've got all kinds of videos that you can see there. Some of the fans have never even seen before on our Instagram channel at MPWF Forever. Get what a night it has been already, folks. And we're already past the halfway point for MPWF Underground. Well, we return to tag team action here on Underground, but this time in the women's tag team division, as introducing Bahara Kadia and Ashanti Capoeira. The tag team is Strikeforce, and as you can hear by this crowd here in the MPWF arena, they are getting popular, folks. But I think soon they need a shot at the tag team titles. A victory here, another victory coming up soon. They could be the new Women's World Tag Team Champions. They have certainly proven themselves. And like I said, that's what they're looking to showcase here tonight. What an ovation. Bahara Kadia was extremely impressive at MPWF Bloodlines and on MPWF War as well. And I think Ashanti Capoeira wants to stand out here as well. She's been in the MPWF for quite some time, folks. And again, it seems that things are starting to click. This tag team looks good, folks. But here we go. We've got some unsigned talent in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing their opponent, Dakota Kai, coming out here for tag team competition, folks. And I'll tell you right now, if Dakota Kai can have an impressive showing here on Underground, there is no way that KK Crab or Brian Adams would be interested in bringing Dakota Kai into either MPWF War or Annihilation. One of the most talented women's wrestlers in the world here in the MPWF, looking to prove herself in the Underground here tonight. What an ovation for Dakota Kai. And here comes Isla Dawn, folks. And like I said, this is the opportunity to prove yourself. Another unsigned talent here on MPWF Underground, tagging with Dakota Kai. And if they could knock off Strikeforce here tonight, boy, that propel them up. I think Brian Adams will look at this and go, you know what? We got a tag team to face the winners of this tag team title matchup coming out of this. Isla Dawn, another underrated competitor, former multi-time women's tag team champion in her own right. She looks like she's going through it right now. And I shudder to think what that means for her opponents here tonight. But again, bringing a unique flair to the MPWF. I think Scottish born, I believe. I mean, don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, again, comment section, let me know what it's all about here, folks. So here we go with Shanti Capoeira to start things off with Dakota Kai, folks. Dakota Kai. Both women at collar of a tie-up. Dakota Kai right off the bat here. And again, looking determined straight into a net breaker here, folks. And Dakota Kai on fire right now, kicking this matchup off against Strikeforce. And like we said, this is not going to be easy for Strikeforce. I believe this is the first time Dakota Kai and Isla Dawn have teamed with each other, and we're experiencing it here on the Underground. And now tagging. Now look at this here, double team move of Strikeforce. Again, they've had their issues with the ATL, who were challenging for the tag team titles, and a powerbomb there. Sit out powerbomb and a kick out. Get Bahara Kadia, the first ever women's Underground champion, unable to cash in that championship. And if the ATL was to leave tonight, I can tell you right now that Bahara Kadia would love to be the one to knock them off. And there's that question mark kick by Dakota Kai. She now whips Bahara Kadia into the buckle. And now Isla Dawn entering the ring for the first time here tonight. Now look at this double arm bringing a kick to the midsection here, and now double kicks to the spine there of Bahara Kadia. And Isla Dawn now look at that kick to the knee, trying to hyperextend it. She now sends Bahara Kadia to the outside. Bahara Kadia hangs on though, and she fires back with that elbow. Second generation wrestler, Sri Lankan born. And now, oh, big right hand there by Bahara Kadia. Wait a minute, distracted by Dakota Kai. And oh, Isla Dawn knocking her off the top turnbuckle. And that is our veteran experience of Dakota Kai and Isla Dawn here. Again, they may not have tagged with each other much beforehand, but both women having an understanding there and catching Bahara Kadia out of sorts. And throwing her into the buckle. Bahara Kadia, looking about a history of her, was the leader of the Bad Girls Club, and they've been doing some bad girl things in the World Wrestling future. And once again, you can check out WWF The Resurrection on our MPWF Chairman channel, folks, to see that event. As Dakota Kai went for that kick. And oh wow, quickly back into it here at Bahara Kadia. Bahara Kadia with a beautiful reversal there. And oh, knee to the face. Dakota Kai catching her off guard now. And now sends it back to Isla Dawn. And a tag in. And Bahara Kadia in trouble. And now double savate kick there by Isla Dawn. And Bahara Kadia, and Dakota Kai to Bahara Kadia. Isla Dawn now big strikes here. Looking to take out Kadia and a big backbreaker. Backbreaker's always effective, folks. And now Isla Dawn back in control again. Strikeforce struggling here right now. Strikeforce need to find a way to fight back in this matchup. There's the Bulldog. And attack to Dakota Kai. And now in comes Ashanti Capoeira. And Capoeira taking down Dakota Kai. And again, you want to talk about, oh, Dakota Kai and Isla Dawn are just here to lose to Strikeforce. Ashanti Capoeira was legitimately a local talent that earned her way on the MPWF roster, and it is now coming into fruition through nothing but hard work and determination. And now look at these strikes here. Look at Ashanti Capoeira not stopping. Trying to make Dakota Kai throw up a lunge here, folks. She whips her into the buckle. Oh, referee got to get out the way here, folks. Referee getting in the way of Ashanti Capoeira, who was trying to roll a freight train through Dakota Kai, as Ashanti Capoeira up the top rope there with the elbow drop. Big elbow to Dakota Kai, hooking the leg here for the victory for Strike Force, and Dakota Kai gets the shoulder up. What a tag team matchup this is here on episode 16 of MPWF Underground. As now look at the submission here by Ashanti Capoeira. I know Isla Dawn breaking up immediately, realized Dakota Kai was in trouble, and a step-up clothesline there, but Ashanti Capoeira not paying attention to Dakota Kai. And you need to have eyes in the back of your head here. And wait a minute, what is this? Speaking of submissions, what the hell do you call that? Dakota Kai bringing out some very innovative offense. And now look, Ashanti Capoeira using those educated knees and feet to escape that submission. Oh, what clothesline. Sending Dakota Kai all the way to the floor. But Kai fights back once again here. A very back and forth contest in this women's tag team division. And Dakota Kai now throwing Ashanti Capoeira back into the ring once again. And Isla Dawn back in. And Isla Dawn signaling for the end of this matchup. And now Isla Dawn has her up here. And oh, what a slam there by Isla Dawn. And that's got to be it. A victory for Dawn and Kai. And no, the Dawn of Kai would be a sick tag team name for these two. I just thought about it. But yeah, the Dawn of Kai would be sweet. But speaking of the Dawn being broken, here comes Bahara Kadir with the clothesline. And a big kick to the face there by Bahara Kadir. And Kadir now, big Northern Light suplex. And Bahara Kadir now with this entire MPWF arena on her side against Isla Dawn. And oh, another boot to the face there, taking Isla Dawn off her feet. And now Kadir here. Look at this combination here. And that could be it. Off of those stiff strikes by Bahara Kadir. And oh, Isla Dawn gets the shoulder up. This is one hell of a tag team match, folks. This is incredible action here on MPWF Underground. And now a drop kick there, sending Dakota Kai off the apron. And now, wait a minute, what's Bahara Kadir going for here? All the way over the top rope. All the way over the top rope, and there's that attitude. Like I said, former member of the Bad Girls Club all over. Isla Dawn here tonight. Now Isla Dawn in trouble, and Dawn fires back with an elbow to the midsection. And Dakota Kai wants in. Dakota Kai wants in. And now wait a minute. She has her up here. And oh wait, no. Bahara Kadir realizing that she was in danger. And now wait a minute. Sending Dakota Kai into her corner. And now knocking Isla Dawn off the apron. And now wait a minute. Making a tag back to Ashanti Capoeira here. And we could be seeing some double team offense by Strike Force. And oh, look at that. A knee and a kick at the same time. Northern Light suplex there on Dakota Kai. Strike Force for the victory. And yes, they do. Folks, that's what Underground is about. Stacking wins. Stacking wins. Strike Force picking up another victory here tonight. I tell you, I am loving this combination of these two women. But what a tag team matchup this is. Look at the highlights of this fight, folks. And again, I'm telling you right now, Dakota Kai and Isla Dawn will be back. That was one hell of a tag team matchup. All four women putting themselves on the map, but Strike Force with the victory. And they are happy about it, folks. So it might be time to strap them up, folks. It might be time to get them the belts. It's certainly on their mind. And hang on a minute. There's the Commonwealth, and they may not be happy about Charlie Jean being with Cane Nite. And Dagger says, so have you heard the news then? Is that why you're out there helping that bastard Cane Nite? Dagger ain't happy about it at all. Charlie Jean says, of course I've heard, and I'm gutted, mate. But before I get into that, this has nothing to do with Cane Nite. The beautiful angels jumped me on Annihilation, and I went out to return the favor. As for you guys, I'm sorry that KK Kwama's let go of your contracts, and you won't be in 2K25. I called him right away and tried to persuade him to change his mind. I promise. Well, that's news there, folks. Dagger and Chucky will not make it to 2K25. They are being released from MPWF Annihilation. And Chucky says, that's how we knew you were still a brother to us. Quam called us back and said that you had talked to him and got us entered into the FJCW Junior League Tag Tournament. The Commonwealth will stay strong. You are the surviving member. You need to do us proud in the MPWF. Well, folks, some solidarity there for the Commonwealth going forward. But they will be in the Junior Tag League Tournament in FJCW. And Dagger says you need to be ruthless. Show them what we are made of. Bring home the gold. When you're with the Commonwealth, you'll never walk alone. And folks, that's a brotherhood right there. When you're with the Commonwealth, you'll never walk alone. Charlie Jean says never. And now he's going to be focused on the beautiful angels. And perhaps with Cane Nite by his side, folks, you can take that the way you see it, have it the way you want it. Oh, this is going to be a good one, folks. This is going to be a good one. And introducing next, the legit one, the legend, Richard Hawkins. And we got a battle between two veterans here on MPWF Underground. And this matchup could be a main event anywhere, folks. And we're getting it right here tonight in the semi-main. It is huge business. Again, Richard Hawkins coming off of that loss against Tora at Bound by Honor. Looking to pick up a victory here tonight. Again, we mentioned that on Annihilation, the divisions are going to be set in stone, folks. It's going to be a heavy emphasis on the title divisions and where you're placed. That is going to be a big thing going forward, ladies and gentlemen. So once SummerSlam is finished, once we make that switch to 2K25, Richard Hawkins is looking better with age, folks. Looking better as he gets older. And not many people were expecting the legit one to become the Zero Limits champion and have the title run that he did. And he impressed a lot of people. But again, it's because he's legit, folks. He's too legit to quit. That's the only way to put it. He's Richard Hawkins. Then a Grand Slam champion in the MPWF. He's a bad, bad man, folks. And you want to talk about a bad man, that is the definition of his opponent. And when I say bad man, I'm talking about Pink Shirt Vegeta bad man. I'm talking about Piccolo merchandise bad man. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Eclipse, who was traded to MPWF Annihilation for tendencies. He came out and challenged Jamie freaking Emo to a matchup at MPWF Bound by Honor and put on a show. What a matchup it was between those two men. And again, coming up short, Jamie Emo in the semifinals of the King of the Ring, the Eclipse, and both Richard Hawkins losing, not being included in the King of the Ring, has to sting for both of these men. But again, they're going to rebound. Again, and this is what's so impressive about the Proving Grounds, folks, in MPWF Underground. You got two veterans, former MPWF World Champions, going, I'm about the grind, I'm about the business. I'm coming out here to prove that I still got it. Both men got towels on their heads, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's a fight gonna happen. A fight is gonna happen. So Richard Hawkins ain't even balding yet, ladies and gentlemen. That's how legit he is. Richard Hawkins got that Lucius Malfoy hair. The Eclipse, like I said, is as tough as they come. So this is such a big matchup for MPWF Underground that we are witnessing here. Let's now look at this. Going into that Russian leg sweep. And yeah, I love Russian leg sweep, folks. That's a move that needs to come back. The Russian leg sweep, we see more people doing it. That's why the legit one bringing it out here tonight in Las Vegas, Nevada. That controversial state. WrestleMania taking place in Las Vegas, folks. You know, the MPWF, this is our home base in Sin City. As now, wait a minute here, look at this. Oh, what a bulldog there by the Eclipse. And the Eclipse trying to break Richard Hawkins' nose right off the bat here. And Hawkins tried to escape. And the Eclipse going after that arm. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how both of these men pace this matchup. Again, both of them veterans and older. Richard Hawkins, more older. The Eclipse. So what does that mean, more older? Richard Hawkins is older than the Eclipse. The Eclipse is a veteran of the sport, but still relatively young, ladies and gentlemen. Not even, you know, just approaching his late 30s. So like I said, the Eclipse can have a run for the championship at some point, folks. He was one of the youngest stars in the MPWF back in the day. Nice Russian leg sweep again there by Hawkins. It was so nice he did it twice. And now going for that chin lock with that knee in the back of the Eclipse. The Eclipse knows what that's going to be about. As he reverses, what a right hand there by the Eclipse. And now has Hawkins up here. And now the legit one dropped down on his back. And the Eclipse now back to the top rope. Hawkins getting up to his feet, using the ropes to get up, but no, reversing. Eyes in the back of his head. And now around that waist lock here. And a nice full Nelson slam there by Richard Hawkins. And again, I love Richard Hawkins using more power moves as he gets older, changing his game, changing his style up. And now look at this takedown here by Richard Hawkins with that reverse Boston Crab. Like I said, immediate sweep out there by the Eclipse, realizing he can't stay in that hole too long. And now the Eclipse with a right hand there to Richard Hawkins. But again, like I was saying, both of these men wanting to prove themselves, wanting to move themselves up the card here in the MPWF. Again, the Eclipse said he came to Annihilation to not just fight, but to win championships, folks. That is what we get into wrestling for. Everyone's a belt mark, ladies and gentlemen. You know, people sit there and insult you and talk about all you want is belts. Yes, that's what you came in wrestling for, was to hold the championship. Where's the legit pose? Legit pose by Richard Hawkins as he's breaking up my rant on championships. Yeah, this crowd don't know who to cheer and who to boo in this matchup. Oh, legit pose number 2. Legit pose number 2. Oh, Richard Hawkins got this crowd on their feet. And now Hawkins now has the Eclipse up and has got him in that net breaker position and drops him. Big net breaker there by the legit one. Hook of the leg here on the Eclipse for the victory. And on the Eclipse gets the shoulder up. And Richard Hawkins upset. And now wait a minute. Oh shit! Richard Hawkins with a lion saw off the top rope. Richard Hawkins, you lost your damn mind here? What is going on? The legit one calling out all the stops here on MPWF Underground. Not of the second rope line, so a top rope line, so. But all the Eclipse realizes, man, I gotta fight back here. I gotta come back in this matchup here. Richard Hawkins is using a time turner right now in this fight. And a nice sweep there by the Eclipse. The MPWF Arena loving this matchup. And wait a minute. The Eclipse now looking for something big off the top rope. Waiting for Richard Hawkins to get to his feet. Oh, a spinning back kick off the top rope. And you heard the impact. You heard the impact there. And the referee might have got down to that count a little too slow, folks. I don't want an overhand right there. And and a short arm left clothesline there by the Eclipse, and that could be it. The Eclipse catching Richard Hawkins, and no. The Eclipse saying to Richard Hawkins, your chin getting weaker. Man, a top rope lion salt by Richard Hawkins, though. And now, wait a minute, the Eclipse, oh my God. Eclipse saying he ain't worried about nothing in there. A body splash off The turnbuckle with a covering, no. And now, wait a minute. Oh, an elbow to the midsection there by Richard Hawkins. Fighting back here. And now sends the Eclipse off the ropes. And what a body slam. And what a fight this is. What a night it's been at MPWF Underground, folks. And again, I'm not surprised. I don't want it to make it seem like I'm surprised, because it's like two former MPWF World Champions facing each other. But this is one hell of a damn match. And now, wait a minute here. Going for the Lion Tamer. Richard Hawkins with the Lion Tamer on the Eclipse. And the crowd is ready for the tap out. And oh, wait a minute, the Eclipse though, using them powerful legs to escape. And the Eclipse now, oh wait a minute, right back to that leg. And now Richard Hawkins now with the schoolboy here, with the roller. Oh, that's it, oh my gosh. And oh wait, reversal. Just at the last second here. 1, 2, oh, another kick out here. Back and forth action between both these men. And now wait a minute, the Eclipse go for the total Eclipse, and no! Richard Hawkins with the reversal. Oh my word, boys. And now we could be looking at the double underhook Kipaji DDT. The legit DDT in short, but no reversal there by the Eclipse. And the Eclipse firing back with these strikes to Richard Hawkins. And now he's got him up here now, and a Falcon Arrow there by the Eclipse. Falcon Arrow by the Eclipse for the victory. 2, and oh, Richard Hawkins gets the shoulder up again. And now wait a minute, oh wait, reversal, small package, some call it the inside cradle. 2, and oh. Not yet, folks, not yet. And Hawkins now sending the Eclipse back to the buckle. The Eclipse fires back with 2 boots right to the face of the legit one. And now wait a minute, there it is, total Eclipse. Total Eclipse, the second Spanish Fly of the night. And the second Spanish Fly victory of the night, folks. What an incredible wrestling match. What an incredible wrestling match, folks. These two veterans pulled out all the stops here on MPWF Underground, and the Eclipse with the victory. And yeah, he's fired up about that one, pinning the legit one, and Richard Hawkins may be upset, but man, like I said, Richard Hawkins wrestled like it was 2012, folks? That was crazy. But again, our next quick review, MPWF SummerSlam, folks. 2 nights of MPWF action. Get your KFC, get your popcorn chicken, folks. Get ready, because it's gonna be good. I promise you. When DJ makes a promise, I pull through, folks. Oh wait a minute, there's a pissed off Richard Hawkins backstage, and there's Scorpion Zindo. And Zinder says, man, that match was incredible. You still have it, Hawkins. I legit want to be like you in the future. Win, lose, or draw, you're legit. I hope that we can mix it up in the ring. I'd love to learn from you. Again, Scorpion Zinder impressed just like all of us were from that matchup. And can you blame him, folks? What a fight that was between the Eclipse and Richard Hawkins. Win, lose, or draw, Richard Hawkins was impressive in that matchup. And that man was incredible. Oh, wait a minute! Richard Hawkins, what are you doing here? Oh no, there's the RKO. Richard Hawkins, I think he just took out his frustration there on Scorpion Zinder. Oh man, that's insane, folks. Richard Hawkins being a damn sore loser tonight, but you can hear from this ovation. We don't know what's going to happen, but the odds are that Ingrid is not going to walk away with these tag team titles once this night is all said and done. Meredith Grey didn't want to reward the ATL, but Ingrid straight up said, Team Bloodshed is no surrender. Ingrid wants to fight them. She says that they did not adapt, and this is her and Helga's fault. And Helga has been taken out by the ATL. And Ingrid said, if I'm going to lose the tag team titles, I'm taking the ATL down to hell with me, folks. This is your main event of MPWF Underground, and it is a handicap match. And Ingrid, with no fear, Sierra Miero, as she is bringing the fight to the ATL tonight and getting a standing ovation for it. Again, sometimes it ain't about winning or losing, folks. Sometimes it is about pure precedence, folks. Sometimes it is about what you stand for, and that's what Ingrid stands for here tonight. And here comes the ATL. New theme music and everything, folks. They are feeling very confident tonight. Six and Lil Beast. And Six officially cashing in that Women's Underground Championship. The theme song by Atlanta's own Lato, Blitzum. And folks, honestly, I can't talk to you about Blitzum. DJ ain't that type of person, folks. That's for a different person, different generation. But they gonna blitz some kid tonight, folks. That's what this song's all about. But here we go. Tag team titles on the line in a handicap match in the main event of Underground. I mean, if Ingrid retains tonight, folks, then no one is taking tag titles. We talked about Strike Force earlier tonight. If Ingrid can beat the ATL by her lonesome, no one, and I repeat, no one is taking the titles from Nightmare Fuel. So here we go, main event, and Ingrid right off the bat with a spear there to 6. Ingrid's a warrior, is a machine, folks. She is the type of person that you fight with the blade, you die with the blade. She is going to go out swinging, and that's what she's doing here tonight. As she is swinging heavy against the ATL. There's a powerbomb there by Ingrid. And Ingrid knocking Little Beast off the apron. So Ingrid is the most dangerous woman in the MPWF, folks. She has been in the tag team division recently. And again, teaming with her aunt Helga. But like I said, it's like Ingrid at any given moment, Helga too could go after that CAW Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I'm telling you that right now. But now there's a beautiful suplex there by 6. And again, not to mention the fact that the ATL have taken out Helga and have been attacking Nightmare Fuel. There's history between 6 and Ingrid. Let's not forget that both of these women were in opposite sides of the bracket for the women's number one contenders tournament that led to Justice Fitzgerald becoming the women's champion at WrestleMania 10, folks. So their careers have always paralleled each other. And it's come to a head here in the main event of episode 16 of Underground. And Ingrid there with a big clothesline and an elbow. Throwing Lil Beast and Lil Beast to the face. Lil Beast, the first ever CAW Women's World Champion. No one will ever be able to take that accolade away from her as an eat defeat. And she wants the Women's Tag Team Championship. It's the cover here by Ingrid. And oh man. And now again, if I was the ATL, I might keep 6 in here more often than Lil Beast. And not disrespecting Lil Beast by any means, folks, but 6 has the size to match Ingrid. And a nice sprawl there, though, by Lil Beast. And an elbow. Now, you know, the thing is, too, Helga, I'm sure, is agreeing with Ingrid. Because Helga would have done the same thing. She would have said, I'm going to come out here and fight these two. And now, wait a minute here. Lil Beast getting cocky now. As the number again catching up with Ingrid here. And now, wait a minute. What is this here? Now, oh my gosh. Devastating move there by the ATL. Ingrid having to roll to the outside of the ring to catch a breather here. And oh, a chop there by 6. And oh, wait a minute. This is bad. This is bad here for Ingrid. But Ingrid not even letting 6 finish with a table and a sidewalk slam. Said Ingrid said it. She is taking them to hell with her. And oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a damn second. 6 now on the announce table, folks. And we could be seeing an announce table being broken here on Underground. And oh, wait. Going after Lil Beast. Not paying attention to 6 getting back on her feet. But Ingrid, they're going to fight back with these strikes. Use that MMA to her advantage. As she has 6 on her shoulders here. And a big time spinning slam there by Ingrid, going for the cover, for the victory, 2, and kick out. Oh man, a jawbreaker there by 6. And now wait a minute, 6 has her up, and what a jackknife powerbomb, and that might be it. So there's not very many women that can match that power with Ingrid, and that jackknife powerbomb was it, and there's the 5-knuckle shuffle off the top rope by Lil Beast to take out Ingrid, and Ingrid gets the shoulder up. And Lil Beast is beside herself, believing that the ATL should have won the tag titles there. And now, beautiful standing moonsault there by Lil Beast, and she realized it, firing up here. And now wait a minute, Lil Beast now has Ingrid in that precarious position on the top rope. What a right hand there by Lil Beast. And now Ingrid in trouble here. Is this going to be a superplex? And a superplex all the way to the ground. And Lil Beast now with that forearm to the face to walk away here with the tag team championships. And no, wait a minute, Ingrid kicking out again. Ingrid not giving up here tonight. Ingrid not giving up here tonight. And now wait a minute, getting caught there. Getting caught there. And now hold on a second here. Ingrid ain't done without an announce table because she's got Lil Beast on it. Because she's got Lil Beast on it. And Ingrid now has Lil Beast up in a powerbomb, and oh my goodness! Powerbomb driving Lil Beast through the announce table. This must be what hell looks like, folks. Where the hell is Lucifer? Or Thanatos? You can take that the way you see it, have it the way you want it. Because Ingrid just drove Lil Beast straight to the pearly gates underground with that powerbomb through the table. This crowd here on fire for Ingrid as she is fighting a losing battle but still surviving here against the ATL. And wait a minute, not paying attention to Lil Beast there, who had time to recover and hit that rolling body splash to the outside of the ring. They said if Helga was here, it'd be over. If Helga was here, Nightmare Fuel would have retained the tag team titles. And now wait a minute. Oh, what a right hand there, catching Ingrid in the jaw. A cheap shot there by 6. And oh, wait a minute, this ain't looking good for Ingrid. This ain't looking good for Ingrid. What is this? The ATL now has her up here. Oh, a sit-out powerbomb again. Another powerbomb. And 6, the woman who cashed in the Underground Championship, has Ingrid up on her shoulders. And oh my God, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. Even Ingrid can't kick out of this. Even Ingrid can't kick out of this, and she doesn't, folks. The ATL have done it. Ingrid fought with honor and respect. But on this night, on episode 16 of MPWF Underground, the ATL have finally done it. They are the new Women's World Tag Team Champions. And they played this exactly right, folks. Exactly right. And they're telling everybody to shush. We told you the truth. We told you. You can't handle the truth, folks. Because the truth is, the ATL is on top of the tag team world, folks. Again, my name is Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and I'm signing out. This was MPWF Underground, and we will see you back on YouTube for episode War, MPWF episode 17 of War, the final episode on 2K24, ladies and gentlemen, for the War brand. Good night, folks, and we'll see you soon.